Hi, ladies and gentlemen. It's Dr. Juan Novoa. I got a question related to a patient who's frustrated, and she asked me, "What do you think that I could do to get my husband to stop forgetting to put the toilet seat down after he uses the bathroom?" And of course, I thought it was an interesting question. I mean, not necessarily an OBGYN question, but uh, a question in general and a question for a man and suggestion because I often do give some suggestions on how things should be from a man's point of view, but also from a doctor's point of view. So I thought about it carefully and then I decided, well, what is the easiest way to get a man to stop forgetting to put the toilet seat down? My suggestion is have the man start sitting. I mean, that's basically what needs to happen. I think one of the most disgusting and one of the worst, one of the worst things that a woman or especially family members have to do is when they're cleaning the bathroom, that they have to clean the toilet. Then they have to clean the toilet for the males of the house because we as men, despite our best efforts, miss the toilet about 1 out of 3 times. So that's significant, and especially if you're going to the bathroom in the morning, the everything goes everywhere. Pee goes everywhere, no matter how careful you are. And what's happened is that I think the problem started way back when they invented toilets because being a male dominated world, it was okay, or society decided that it was okay for men to stand when they went to the bathroom and urinated. And men, let's quite frankly, don't know how to hit the toilet bowl. They don't. And you're going to get urine somewhere 7 out of 10 times. And so putting the seat down or putting the seat up doesn't really fix the problem because somebody still has to clean the toilet a few days later, a week later, and get down on their hands and knees and get around the toilet bowl. So if you start training your children first, of course, for the men it's going to be more difficult because they've already had this behavior for years. Quite frankly, the best way to handle it is to teach your men to sit down on the toilet, even if they have to even if they urinate. That's my suggestion because I, as a man, I don't. My representation of being a man has nothing to do with whether or not I pee standing up or pee sitting down. I'm perfectly comfortable with sitting down peeing because that's a show of respect for me that I show my wife, that I show my guests, and show when I'm a guest at someone's house. One of the worst places to go to, and you really have to go, is to try to pee at a nightclub after it's about like 1 or 1:30 in the morning. Okay, you go into the men's bathroom at 1:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning at a nightclub, and there is urine everywhere. I mean, basically like you're trying to walk around landmines or a swamp because the guys are they're missing left and right. What's worse is that if you're standing near a urinal, what do you think we're doing when trying to flush the toilet? We've already touched ourselves, and then we're touching the toilet, the the device to flush the urinal. It's just a royal mess. So I've always been under the impression that they should just make toilets for everybody to sit down, and then you don't have to worry about that issue about whether or not you're lifted the toilet seat up or left it down, and in the middle of the night whether or not a poor family member is actually has fallen right in the toilet because the guy forgets to lift the seat up. And even if he lifts the seat up and puts the seat back down, somebody's still got to clean that toilet later, and you've got urine everywhere. You got it around the toilet bowl. You got it seeping into the grout. So my suggestion to even out for one of the things about equality is to start training your children and your husbands to start sitting down when they have to pee, because I know it's kind of funny, but it isn't at the same time. And more so than anything, I think it's a show of respect. So that's my answer on telling women, or telling the ladies that are having to deal with the issue of men in their house and when they go to the bathroom. Because if 3 out of 10 times the guys are missing the toilet, probably 90% of the time they're not cleaning up after themselves. So something to consider. And as far as masculinity is concerned, I don't care. I sit down all the time, and I think that it's a show of respect, especially if you're at somebody else's house. So I hope that answers the question. Maybe that'll change. There'll be a society change, and then everybody will start sitting down, which I think would be the best thing possible. Thank you very much.